Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Beth with Create with Beth, and this is the final video in my Card Making 101 series for beginning card makers. So we're just going to kind of wrap everything up today. I wanted to talk about embellishments today and some other items that you might want to have in your craft room for crafting if you are a beginner. And so embellishments are the final touch that you put on your card, and they really dress things up and make them shine and add some interest, and they're they're a relatively inexpensive way to make your cards shine. So I'm going to go over some different things that you can use to embellish your cards and where to get them and all that. So one of the first things I want to talk about is ribbon. Love to get ribbon. Obviously you can get ribbon million different places. Walmart has a ton of it for inexpensive. Other crafting companies have ribbon. Stampin' Up has ribbon. This is from Stampin' Up. And this is just fun to add to your card, to put a bow on it, or to just put a piece of ribbon down across, tie a knot, any of that. It just makes your cards pop. So ribbon is definitely something to have in your stash. Another thing that a lot of people like to play around with is washi tape. Now washi tape is this, if I can get it started here, is this thin kind of low tack tape that you can use on your cards or your envelopes, however you want to use it. It's usually see-through. And you can put this on your cards to dress things up. You can also use this when you're die cutting to hold your dies down. It works really good because it's not going to tear your paper. So washi tape is inexpensive, can be found all over the place, and is something you might want to have in your craft room. So different adhesive embellishments are around. This one is from Stampin' Up. They are like little epoxy dots, and those are fun to add to your card. This one is ladybugs, and I don't know if this is available anymore, but it's cute. And actually there's another little embellishment on the back of it. I don't know where that came from. So there are those. These have adhesive on the back, so you don't have to worry about putting adhesive on them. And then you have some loose gems like these from Pink Fresh Studios, which you do need to add glue to. You just put a drop of glue on your card and then drop these down. So these are fun to have. Other things that you can find are brads. These are, let me show you. These are kind of an old school method of embellishing, but they still have them around. I don't know where I got these from. I might have got them from Joann's. Yep, they're from Joann's. If I can get them out of the package. So they just poke through and you fold the little feet back. And those are really fun to use. And then you have your liquid embellishments. And that is stuff like stickles. I love stickles. It's a glitter glue. And you can use this to put little dots on your card that emulate your stickers. Or you can use it to color in an image. Anything like that, just that you want to add glitter to. It comes in all kinds of different colors. Love stickles. Another product that's nice to have is Nouveau drops. These are the Nouveau crystal drops, and these are, you just drop a little drop down and it kind of imitates an epoxy sticker. So that's cool. Glossy accents is something that I think everyone needs to have in their craft room. This is a clear glue, and it dries, makes like a kind of like a little dewdrop. And you can use this to on sentiments or anything that you want to add shine to. It will dry clear. So glossy accents, definitely something I think you should have in your stash. Now I'm going to go over some other products that you might want to have in your craft room that are useful for different things. First thing I'm going to talk about is a bone folder. There are two types. This is your standard bone folder. This particular one is a Teflon bone folder, and this is the one that I recommend. It is more expensive, but it does work better than this one, in my opinion. You get a more, a crisper fold with this. So definitely recommend a bone folder. Other things you might want to have in your stash is this tool. This is from Honeybee Stamps, and it's, I don't know what the proper tool is. It's a sticky tool, or pointy sticky tool is what I call it. And you use this to, when you're getting embellishments off of your sheet, this will help you get your embellishment off and place it on your card. This particular one has a pointy end and a spatula type deal. You can also get one from Stampin' Up! That I highly recommend. This is the Take Your Pick tool. It comes with one end where it's got a sticky putty on one end, and you can use this with these type of jewels to pick them up and then stick it on your card. And then the other end is a pointy tool, and then you can switch it out, turn it around and switch it out to a spatula. And then there's other different tools that you can add to that. As far as I know, they're still selling them. I think they are. So there's that one. Then you have an embellishment wand. This is a jewel picker from Marvy. And what this has is a sticky end. There's a really small one, and then there's a bigger one. And this is, again, to use to pick up your jewels. So these are very helpful to have in your craft room. The other thing you want to have is a really good pair of scissors. These particular ones are not available anymore. They were from Stampin' Up! They're very, 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 very sharp. They're great for fussy cutting. You can get different brands of these. Cutterbee has scissors. So yeah, check those out. But you also want to have some bigger scissors in your stash for cutting other items where you might want to use a bigger pair. So definitely invest in more than one pair of scissors. You might want to have one that's just for cutting ribbon, one that's just for cutting paper. So that's definitely something you want to have in your stash. Let's see, what else? I went over this in our other video on embossing, on heat embossing, but you want to have a good pair of reverse tweezers. Reverse tweezers open like this. Instead of you squeezing to close it, you squeeze them to open. And these are really handy in terms of when you tie a bow and giving yourself that third hand that you don't have. This will work great. So definitely want to check that out. Another pokey tool that you can get is from Tim Holtz, and this is a retractable one. So that's a good one to have. We talked about these water brushes, and these are great to have in your stash for watercoloring. So they're very inexpensive, so I do recommend you have these in your stash. And let's see, what else? I'm trying to think if I've left anything out. Oh yeah, I want to talk about spray bottles. Spray bottles are really good to have in your stash for a variety of reasons. These are great for cleaning your mat off. If you have a glass mat like I have, these are great for adding water droplets to your backgrounds to create interest. You can use these to mist your cardstock before you emboss it, before you run it through the embossing machine, and then you won't have any cracked embossing fibers. So yeah, this particular one is from Spellbinders, and then they have another one that you can get from Ranger, which is this size. So all useful tools. I will say that as you go along in your card making journey, you're going to find all kinds of different things that you want to get and you want to add to your collection, and you're going to discover what works, what you use, what you don't use. You might have stuff sitting around forever that you don't use, but a lot of this stuff is very useful. I really am glad that you guys stuck with me through this series. I hope I helped you in some small way to further your card making journey. I recommend highly that you watch YouTube videos for learning how to craft. That is how I learned, and they are invaluable tools. So if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. I'm happy to answer anything you might have. And yeah, good luck crafting. I hope you have a wonderful journey, and come back to my channel often to see what I create. If you haven't already liked and subscribed, please consider doing so. I would really appreciate it. All right, everyone. Have a great day. Bye.